Welcome back to the Real Upper 90, guys. My name is Andrew, and I am so excited to be back today. Football is back. Today we're going to be talking about, Champions League football to be exact. I know Barcelona took a break from, league play over this past weekend, but Champions League is back tomorrow, and I am so excited to get talking about this game. I'm going to be looking at just a few tactical breakdowns, starting lineup, and also my personal prediction, and how we can, get our way to a victory in this game. So let's go. All right, guys. So first thing I wanna address is just the atmosphere, the excitement of knowing that Champions League football is back. One of the things that excites me the most is when you look at the struggles that Barcelona had earlier in the season. Man, even like 2 months ago, absolutely nobody expected us to be where we're at right now. Like, a lot of people even thought that we would get knocked out by Napoli. But, fast forward 2 months later, we're in a great spot. We've been in a good run of form. The players who are supposed to shine, the star players, they are performing. Lewandowski scoring goals. So it's a really good feeling around the team. The other thing is, key players that were injured are now coming back, and that right there is also a boost in confidence, and also just the depth and strength of our squad. So let's dive into the meat and potatoes. Let's talk about the real threat that PSG brings, right? And the things to look out for, and things to avoid, to set us up for success. So obviously it goes without saying, right? Kylian Mbappe and Ousmane Dembele, right? These are two key players that we got to be mindful of, and pay special attention to them. Now, let me just say this, guys. This is Champions League football. This is the quarterfinal, right? The form book goes out the door. At this stage of the game, it's the best team who showed up on the day win the game, right? It ain't about who's in a better form. It's not about what players performing at their best level. I mean, those things kind of matter, but rather insignificantly, it's who show up on the day. And one thing that Barcelona has done over the last few games, particularly against Atletico Madrid and against Napoli, they showed up. On the day, they showed up, right? So let's look at how we're going to beat PSG tomorrow. All right. First and foremost, right? Barcelona cannot, and I mean absolutely cannot, play with a high line, right? That's suicide. We're not going to do that, right? You cannot play with a high line. If you look back at what we did against Madrid in the Spanish Super Cup, and how Vinicius was able to tear us apart with his speed and pace, and Rodrigo on the other side, that was just bad, right? And there was zero in-game management from Xavi. So that was a lesson learned. We got it. Now let's apply that to PSG. We already know what Kylian is capable of. We already know what Dembele is capable of. So we got to neutralize both of those players. One of the best ways of doing that is making sure that we maintain a disciplined backline. So if we're gonna push up all the way up, we got to make sure that the front line, all the forwards, all the midfielders are putting pressure on the ball. They got to be attacking, right? There's no way you can maintain a high line and not attacking the ball to snuff out any kind of chances that they might create. Overall, I think it's just a bad idea to play with a high line. I think we should just be disciplined and reserved. As a matter of fact, this is the kind of game that Barcelona can concede the majority of ball possession and still come out on top, right? Let them have it. Let them move it around. Let them be frustrated, because if the service is not getting to Kylian or Dembele, or if they do get the service but they get snuffed out, they're going to be frustrated. They're home. It's a lot of pressure on them. They feel like they gotta win. So let's frustrate them, right? Snuff out that chance, manage the ball well, maintain ball possession, and then when we get our chances, we can counterattack and beat them at their own game. So that is number one. What we have to do: maintain a disciplined line, not too suicidally high, and making sure that we manage the ball. Like, we gotta manage the ball well. There can't be no sloppy giveaways, no poor touches, poor passes, right? We got to manage the ball. And if you look at how we beat Atletico Madrid with Rafinha, playing, he was on the right flank, but he cut in a lot centrally, or I said he was on the left flank, I should say. But he cut in centrally a lot of times, and that really caused a lot of issues. And a lot of long balls as well, catch them on the counter. So that is PSG's game, but we can beat them at their own game. I know PSG hasn't lost for the last 5 months, and that's an impressive stat, I would say, but it's just a stat, right? Because if the last time they faced defeat was against AC Milan in the group stages, where they lost 2-1, and that says something. Because in the Champions League, they have not necessarily been their greatest self, right? So, we do have a chance of beating them. We do have a chance of, having a really good game and coming away with a good result. The key for Barcelona is that in addition to maintaining a disciplined line and managing the ball and just playing cohesively as a team, we got to be clinical. We got to make sure that any chances created up front, we take them. If we're not taking our chances, we're going to be in trouble. So we got to make sure that, Lewandowski up top, any chance we get, we absolutely must take them. So let's look at the starting lineup. I don't care about PSG and who they're going to put out there. We already know their most threatening players are Mbappe and Dembele, and I'm pretty sure both of them are going to start. But let's focus on our team and what we need to do, right? The first thing that I'll say is there's no need to go changing anything, Xavi. If it's not broken, there's no need to fix it, right? What does that mean? It means we're going to maintain the same lineup that we've been using over the last 2 months that have brought us success. Ter Stegen in goal, Koundé on the right flank, Araujo in the center, right center, Kubarsi left center, and Cancelo on the left flank, right? Right sitting in front of them, Christensen. If I think he's fit. He did travel. So if he's 100%, Christensen sit right there in front of them. On the right side, it's going to be Frankie de Jong if he's 100%. Only if he's 100%. Because if he's anything less than 100%, there's absolutely no point in risking him and exacerbate the injury more than what it is already. So if he's fit, 100% start. If not, I say Sergio Roberto, start him, and then Gundogan on the left midfield. Up top, I would say for sure Lewandowski in the center forward, and then Lamine Yamal on the right side and Rafinha on the left flank. Now, there's talks about João Felix and his ability to show up in these big games and how much he loves playing these games and blah blah blah. And true, but why I would prefer to have Rafinha on that left flank? Obviously, that's the side that Mbappe is going to be operating on. So, and Cancelo doesn't offer much defensively, right? Going forward, sure, but defensively doesn't offer much. So Rafinha's work rate and defensive prowess will neutralize Mbappe on that flank, right? And then of course Lamine Yamal on the right side, weaving in his magic and doing his thing, also is going to cause problems for PSG. So that's my starting lineup. Later on, as the game progresses, depending on how it's going, we can then bring in, João Felix, maybe even Ferran Torres, just as the game's developing, we'll see where the changes need to be made. And this is gonna be key, guys. This is where Xavi comes in play, in-game management. A lot of times, the game is not really going our way, and the changes that Xavi makes is not that impactful, right? He needs to be able to make critical in-game management. So as the game is unfolding in front of us, if it's not going in our way, he needs to be able to make the necessary adjustment to bring things back in our advantage. So that is one of the key things that we need to pay attention to, is how are we managing the game as it's going along, right? So that is my starting lineup. That's what I would go with. And as far as my prediction goes, I am going to say, initially I was more inclined to say a draw, but I am going bold. I'm going to say Barcelona is going to beat them 2-1. That is my prediction. It will be a 2-1 victory. As far as who scores, I think Lewandowski will get one, and the other one is up for grabs. But I'm predicting a 2-1 victory. Take it back to the Montjuic and then just tie it off with another victory and advance to the semifinals. Remember, guys, I've been telling you, don't sleep on Barcelona, don't sleep on us. We are going to slide right into that final and we're going to win it. I'm telling you right now. And it's great for us because everybody wrote us off some while now, and we're just gradually creeping on just like a snake, just, you know, slithering away. And next thing you know, we're in the finals against Man City, winning it. So once again, guys, thank you so much for checking in. Thank you so much for listening to me, for watching my channel. I appreciate it, man. Take care, and I can't wait to see you tomorrow when I break down what happened and discuss the victory that we just had. So thanks again. Peace.